That night we went to the gardens of the Palatine, the pleasurable grounds which fill the spaces among the ruins of the imperial palaces. In the filthy corner where we found ourselves beside that wonder, we couldn't resist defining Rome a quadlibet unique in the world. This prodigious city collects first prize from all points of view. Here nothing is produced by chance. Chance only destroyed it. That which still stands is still breathtaking, as every fragment is venerable, and from the chaos of the ruins emerges the original rule of architecture, appearing anew in the grandiose forms of churches and palaces. Roma caput mundi, asserted Michelangelo, designing the generous oval at the center of the piazza, imagining that it enclosed the firmament. Ideal city, universal link, magnificent union between its glorious past and its rebirth. In those centuries in which art marched alongside time and man, interpreting their needs, the Campidoglio looked to the present. It saw the dawn of an antique way of thinking, where liberty triumphed in the light of reason. Another world was being born in the shadows of the fathers of wisdom. A state where political and spiritual authority no longer needed to be the enemy of rights, but helped the citizen to grow morally and materially. A territory which Marcus Aurelius could still observe with the serene look of a just and good leader. This new blooming of civilization was called humanism, because it recovered human conscience from a distant past. And after long centuries of silence, the highest expressions of classical civilization returned in a sublime choir of voices, in a dialogue with time, thought, and human action, the only seed of hope for understanding and peace between peoples. While the supreme synthesis of ideas expressed itself in architecture, painting had to illustrate memory. In the delicate and evocative paintings of the Cavalier d'Arpino, the mythical acts of Livy's heroes were brought back to life along with his stories recounting the birth of Rome. As if in a great symphony of images, the statuesque limbs of the combatants are notes that harmonize with nature, becoming a hymn to classical furor, a condition reached only when passionate feeling exists at the base of an idea. Continuing to respect tradition, the joyous sculpture of an archaic period comes back to inhabit this place, animating it with a continuous dialogue made of reflections of light from the monumental bronze head of the first Christian emperor, to his colossal hand, and to the gilded Hercules in Hellenistic style. Pathos appears again in the tension of Constantine's features, intensifying in the rhetorical gestures of the arms of Innocent X and Urban VIII. Because of its beauty and ample size, the Sala degli Orazzi and Curiazzi was once intended to house the Consiglio Pubblico. Then it provided the backdrop for the founding act of United Europe, and today for the European Constitution. Fecisti patriam diversis gentibus, dunque offers victis proprii consortia iuris urbem fecisti, quod prius orbis erat. You created a single country out of many different peoples. And while you allowed them to be a part of your constitution, you created a community out of the world. The Campidoglio turns its eyes to the dawn of a new Europe. Following the historical imperative and carrying the borders of its peoples beyond space and time in a new Renaissance.